Hello, my name is Tanya and I'm a recruitment consultant at Charity People and I work in the fundraising team. 2020 to 2021 has brought change into so many people's lives in so many different ways. The COVID-19 pandemic has prompted a now or never response to an extremely large number of people reevaluating their lives and changing jobs. The UK charity job market has experienced enormous changes during the low points in the first lockdown, where job posts dropped to an all-time low in comparison to the current highs we're seeing now, where job posts have peaked well above the numbers recorded last year. And with more jobs continuing to be advertised, the need for more new talent grows, which is why at Charity People, we are very supportive of any opportunities that bring candidates into the charity sector. So I would love to introduce you to Laura Furlow, who's joining us from the JGA group.
Yeah, so I'm Laura Thurlow, and my role at JGA is really to make charities and voluntary sector organisations aware of the fantastic opportunities that are open to them to access government-funded apprenticeship training.
Great. And what would you say are some myths that people have about apprenticeships?
Yeah, so number one, I think people often think that apprenticeships are just for certain sectors or certain industries. So an apprenticeship is a professional quality training vehicle to give individuals the knowledge and the skills and behaviours that they need to be competent in any specific role. And so they are available in a really wide range of specialisms. And JGA offers apprenticeships in marketing, in PR, in communications, digital marketing, content creation, as well as event assistant and fundraiser. So they are entirely relevant for the charity sector. I think that's important to say. And they're also, number two, they're not just for people in entry-level positions or at an early stage in their career. While they can definitely be used for that really successfully, they're also offered at a range of levels. So they go right the way up to master's degree equivalent, and are open to people of all ages and all stages of their career. And the third thing I would say is that an apprenticeship can be used to invest in and to develop the skills of an existing employee, an existing member of the team, just as much as for a new recruit.
Gosh, amazing. There's so much choice there, isn't there? So I guess it would be great to know what the apprenticeship programme looks like and how much time they'd need to dedicate to the apprenticeship.
Yeah, so our delivery model is, if I think about the fundraiser apprenticeship particularly, we deliver that through half-day seminars. So those are usually at the moment held on Thursday afternoons, twice each month. So that's obviously a key time commitment. And the curriculum content has been put together and is being delivered by experts in fundraising who are still actively working in fundraising. So it is real practical on the ground experience of fundraising that they're drawing on. We also bring in guest speakers on particular topics, and our learners get plenty of opportunity to sort of discuss and debate concepts together and learn from one another's context. And they also have access to one-to-one skills coaching alongside their learning, and there's plenty of opportunity to apply the learning within their own organisational context after the seminar. So the fundraiser apprenticeship, for example, is made up of 10 modules. It covers a broad range of things that you'd expect to see, so understanding your fundraising environment, handling data, supportive care, what may motivate your donors. And it also includes a module on fostering a really positive culture in organisations. So that includes equity, diversity and inclusion, and building resilience for people that work in fundraising is quite important. And in terms of the time, the duration of that programme, if you're working full-time in fundraising, then you can complete those 10 modules plus the endpoint assessment within a maximum of 18 months. If you are working part-time, it needs to be a minimum of 20 hours a week, but we then just elongate, we just extend the programme to 30 months.
Gosh, I mean, even I want to sign up for this. This sounds amazing. How much will it cost for the employer to provide this apprenticeship training?
Yeah, so for a larger organisation, and the government defines that as an organisation with a pay bill of over £3 million, you will already know probably that an apprenticeship can be funded 100% through your apprenticeship levy. For smaller organisations than that, then the government actually already funds 95% of the training costs for you, which, for example, for the fundraiser apprenticeship, that means the government is paying £7,600 towards the training for your apprentice, and you as the employer will just pay the remaining 5%, which is £400 plus VAT for this 18-month training programme. And not content with that, the government also provides really generous financial incentives for organisations that are hiring an apprentice. So at the moment, you can receive at least £3,000 from the government. It's more than that if they're a younger apprentice. And also if you're hiring an apprentice who's under the age of 25, then as an employer, you're exempt from the national insurance contributions.
Wow, that's amazing. I can't believe they're actually supplementing so much of the actual total cost. That's incredible. And what value do you think an apprentice will bring to the employer whilst learning?
Yeah, so I mean, apprenticeships are a really productive and effective way to grow talent, to develop a motivated and skilled workforce. It's important to say that an apprentice is doing a real job for you. So they are employed by you, and they will spend at least 80% of their time on the job. And the other 20% of their time when they are in managed learning, yes, that will include seminars and skills coaching, but it also includes, as I mentioned, really work-based projects. So they'll come away from their learning seminars and they will immediately be looking to apply that to undertake sort of research or project within their organisation, within your charity. And that should be a real-time, really useful exercise for your organisation, and you can tailor that to what you're looking for your apprentice to do for your organisation. So it may be that you see that it would be great, a real benefit to have a fresh pair of eyes on a certain aspect of your supported data, for example. So you can task that apprentice with looking at that and coming back with their sort of recommendations, etc. So it should really be adding value straight away. And we also support all of our employers with putting in place what's called a workplace training plan in the first few weeks. And that, again, is tailoring the apprenticeship to your organisation's objectives.
Right. And what other things would an employer need to be aware of in terms of being eligible for the scheme?
Yeah, so a few key things to be aware of. An apprentice does need to be a paid employee of your organisation, and they can be new or they can be an existing paid employee. Their contract of employment with you needs to last at least the duration of the apprenticeship programme, so you need to commit to that. And obviously they need to be working in a role that's relevant to their apprenticeship so that they can get that on-the-job learning while they're training. And it's really important that they need the training. Like, that might sound quite straightforward, but the apprenticeship, we need to demonstrate that they haven't already got the skills or a prior qualification. So the apprenticeship could either be at a higher level than their current qualifications, or it might actually be that they already have a degree in, say, philosophy or some other topic, and that won't disqualify them as long as the skills that they're learning are something new for them. So they basically can't have an existing qualification in what the apprenticeship is covering. And then, as with all apprenticeships, apprentices need to achieve maths and English at level 2, which is a GCSE grade C or grade 4 now, before they've completed their apprenticeship. So either, I mean, the simplest way is for them to show us their certificates that they've already got that. If they're quite close to that, but not at this moment, then we can support them through that. We provide tutor training in English and maths, but we need to be fairly confident that by the end of the programme they'll be up to that level 2 so that we can get them passed through the apprenticeship.
Right. Thank you so much, Laura, for coming today and sharing with us all about JDA Group and what they have to offer. It sounds like such a great opportunity. I mean, this apprenticeship, I would love to sign up myself. It sounds so good. We do have some more information available. So if you are interested in finding a bit more about JDA Group, please do get in touch and I will send you on some information.